guys. Just another commentary to show you guys that you know, we live in an age where people want the shortcuts, you know what I mean? And that if the shortcut can include a bag, then that's what they'll that's what they'll do, and they'll go through many conditions to do that. But sometimes it ends up backfiring a lot. You know, of course, modern women have been told that, you know, that school, doing the job thing, going in the workforce is the best way to get it. You know what I mean? However, they're quickly finding out that the workforce is physically and mentally exhausting most of the time. You know what I mean? And rather than want to do the workforce, they rather, find the quickest way, quickest come up. But sometimes this quickest come up can hurt you more than it can help you. What I want to say too is that in doing so, unfortunately, us guys, instead of starving them, a lot of us are fueling them. And the way we fuel them is by validating them, by giving them likes, by actually leaving that comment, by actually jumping in that DM when it shouldn't be that way. But in many ways, the United Kingdom is like basically extension of the United States in a way. Oh, like a couple of differences, some slight differences in the two. But let's look at what happens when you decide that you are going to try to make a come up as a IG model or as just a social media influencer. And I blame it mostly on Kardashian and the fact that they called her a socialite. That's the mistake that was made. But let's go ahead and see what happens.
You need to accept this is happening. Like, you've lost your nipple and I was in denial. The doctor said, I'll give you a few days, Sharice, but you need to accept this is happening. Like, you've lost your nipple and you could lose your boob. I know.
So you see this UK woman, more or less. So she's, I'm thinking that she's mixed, like from the looks of it, that, she probably has some, yeah, she has mixed parentage. And so, yeah. But the thing is that she said she lost her nipple and that there's a possibility that she may lose her breast. But let's go ahead and see um, why she why that happened.
Lost my life over social media.
For 23-year-old Cherise, beauty is...
She's only 23, mind you, and she looks way older than 23. That's the crazy thing about it. She looks so old.
not just in the eye of the beholder, it is a currency, now increasingly set by algorithms and apps.
On Instagram, the way you look is fundamental. These apps give you this, again.
Not necessarily, because if you're on Instagram and you do like me, who don't show pictures of himself, and also who don't like do that, you know what I mean, who's not into that, then you're not really worried about how you look. You're worried about if what you post actually gives a clear message across, or if it's funny as well.
The
power to be able to change the way you look.
The look that I want to go for, I've edited it, but I wanted to have that look done, so I didn't have to do that.
Today,
So what happens is they use, filters and stuff like that, which, Instagram gives them the filters to use, right?
career in micro celebrity has become viable for the generation trying to escape job precarity. But
So as you see, more women are trying to get into that world versus the world that they asked for, which was equal footing with men and being able to work for the same wage and being able to do the same type of work for the same wage.
what is the impact of trying to be Instagram perfect in the pursuit of internet's fame?
I want the Kurt, the hourglass figure, the Kardashian figure. I want the big bum. I want the boobs. If I had that, it's clothing brands. It's gym brands that want to collab with you. It's a financial pathway.
Unfortunately, like, she just messed up a whole generation pretty much. I mean, we have to remember why she became famous. You know what I mean? And it sucks that it happened and it was unleashed on this generation.
But as more British surgeons refuse to carry out some of the riskier cosmetic
You see this? You see how these surgeries are like basically mutilating you?
procedures that have become popular via social media, foreign companies are offering low-cost operations on Instagram, but are they overselling the reward and filtering the risk? Beauty makes almost £30 billion a year. That's more than car manufacturing. And barber surgeries go back to the Bronze Age. We've always placed value on how we look, but never before in human history.
The difference is a man can't really get surgery to enhance himself. Basically, all a man has, in essence, is the haircut. You know, a haircut could be different. You know, you'll be different after a haircut. That's basically all a man has.
Has it been easier for that value in how we look to be monetized by an individual, turning all this into all this with just a smartphone in the fast-growing influencer economy?
This industry has grown phenomenally in the last few years. So a lot of these content creators are spending a lot of time and money improving their content or improving their appearance because they're trying to get a consistent audience. That means they then can monetize their audience.
So, again, like I said, likes, validation, comments, money. And also, you have to consider when they post their Cash App as well, or their Venmo, or their PayPal. That is another means of currency.
This is the home city of the brands powering the influencer dream, where Charisse is trying to achieve hers. She has had multiple procedures since she was 18, including the world's most famous.
So you see this? At 18, she already started basically with her like operation. You know what I mean? Because I mean she saw that, hey, what good is university if this is available to me, right?
Procedure, the popular Brazilian butt lift known as a BBL, and apps have played a big part.
So I went to the girl that does my filler, and I said to her, I want it so my face is like the filter, so I don't have to use the filter.
Have you ever edited your pictures?
I have done in the past, yeah.
And what have you made? How have you edited yourself?
I've made my waist smaller, my bum bigger. So I had an uplifting implant in the UK. Last year I had my nose done. In between then I've had like filler in my lips, my cheeks, my chin. I said it to my parents. They said, why are you doing all this surgery? And I said, I'm investing in my future. And they couldn't understand why, but I just...
So, as you see, her future, she believes, is that of a Instagram model. Because, mind you, you see the Instagram model, you see them like going to Dubai, going these exotic places. But, most of the time they're not telling you the conditions of what they're going into, what conditions come with that. But let's continue on.
really feel like once you start building up your platform on social media, it's other opportunities.
Several weeks ago, Cherise flew out to Turkey for more cosmetic surgery. But after already having lipo this year, Cherise did not have enough fat for a further round to enhance her BBL. Instead, the surgeon abroad offered her a breast op and bum implants.
So she already had fat. The fat was already gone. However, she was trying to even make her butt even bigger. But instead, she asked for, excuse me, she asked for or got, um, excuse me again, she got implants, breast implants.
This is the company Cherise signed up with, Arupa Med, one of the many pop-up cosmetic companies on Instagram who offer micro-influencers like Cherise a discount if they promote the company on social media. However, for Cherise,
So, in exchange for, say, promotion, they're willing to give you discounted surgery prices. But let's see if they do a good job.
did not go as planned.
I kept saying to the nurses that I didn't feel right. They said it was normal, and they checked my bloods and said that my blood levels was dangerously low. So I got moved to intensive care. I ended up having to have my implants taken out of my bum because they'd actually put boob implants in my bum.
Do you hear this? So rather than, like, say, do the right thing, they just kind of Mickey Moused her.
My body started to reject them. The doctor was quite concerned when I got back to England. Like, it's that quick what's happening that tomorrow I could wake up and it could be half of the boob could be black and fall off. And when I was seen the next day, they diagnosed it with necrosis. I've got no sensation in my boob. Even if I did want another baby in the future, I wouldn't be able to breastfeed.
So I think even right now, she said if I wanted another baby, meaning that she already has a baby, she wouldn't be able to breastfeed that baby. So you have to ask yourself this question then. Is she going to disclose this to the the man involved in the relationship, or is she going to leave this out, this point of reference out of the relationship?
Of the diagnosis, she took the plaster off and my nipple came off of it.
In the past, the company have had good reviews and customers happy with their results. They also say they have internationally acclaimed doctors, and we've asked them for a response. Instagram say they have strict rules for cosmetic surgery. They limit organic posts for under 18s and even remove content.
It's not that every surgeon abroad is bad and every surgeon here is much better, but it's harder to check and know what you're getting in advance. And you don't necessarily have easy access to aftercare if there's a problem. The problem with the marketing is that the glossy side of everything is shown, and it's also giving the impression that anything is possible.
body transformation is not solely the domain of the surgical.
So you see these guys in the gym. I mean, that's the only way us guys can get it, really. We only have the gym. Like, you really can't, like, you could take the shortcut and do steroids and stuff like that, but it's not going to really be conducive to a a healthy body, and people are going to be able to tell most of the time that, okay, this guy is using steroids, this guy didn't get it the honest way. And the thing is, with women too, they're afraid of getting it the honest way for the most part. Now, granted, you have some Instagram models promoting fitness, but at the same time, they're still getting work done.
Nice.
The reason why people lean towards surgery is because they go to the gym and they realize it's not that simple. So I had
You see? Not that simple, but the results are long standing, and there's lesser risk in those results. Let's continue.
tummy tuck, and I also had a breast uplift. So I had the loose skin removed from my stomach, and then I also had the loose skin removed from my chest as well. And last one.
PT Alma White has body dysmorphic disorder, which NHS officials warn is aggravated by social media.
Body dysmorphic disorder is basically where you feel that you are much bigger than what you are. You don't really have a true sense of what you look like. I have a rule that if I go through my feed and there is anything that I find triggering or there's any message that I don't agree with, I unfollow the person straight away.
But social media is designed to be addictive.
Just the flicking and the scrolling through it, and it's not even directly searching someone's name to be nosy. It's just being on Instagram. It's like an addiction.
Charisse wants you to see the consequences. But if you're squeamish, look away now. This is the cost of the new incentives of the social media age, targeted at the groups most impressionable, young adults
God.
and teenagers.
Oh, that's
Do you think
gross.
that you're still going to be kind of striving for so-called perfection?
Just going about how it looks.
She's more worried about how it looks, but it's like, yo, I would be worried about, like, my marriage prospects now. Like, because granted, she's 23, so she would have still had an opportunity, like, to have a nice one. But that's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
It's just horrible to look at.
Damn.
I think I've learned my lesson from this. Learned my lesson the hard way.
But the real lesson is more unpalatable. Social media's overbearing influence shows no end.
It's true. It's only going to get worse, probably. But I want to, they talked about something called body dysmorphic disorder. I want to show you guys something, because that may not be far-fetched. Because on my Instagram, for example, right? Let me see. Let me just choose a random person. Let's see. Choose a modern or a random Western woman. Hold on. Let me see. Let me look at my feed. Oh, I'll find one soon. Now, this girl, I like her as, like, She the homegirl. She cool. She from the turf, Cabo Verdeana, right? But I'm gonna show you something. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Every single day, you will see her do this. Every single day. Okay? Every day. Every day. Okay? I can show you. Okay, let me see. Okay. That one, not, they haven't done it as much. I'm trying to look to see. Okay, well, I'm gonna show you the reason why I did that. Let me look at here. People actually have something called selfie-itis. It's actually a real thing. You know, as you see, the selfie syndrome, um, narcissistic personality disorder, preoccupation with self and how one is perceived by others. Narcissistic pursue Narcissists pursue gratification from the vanity and the admiration of their own physical and intellectual attributes. And that's what you see on social media most of the time. You know, they actually have something called selfie-itis. That's why on my Instagram, I don't even take selfies. I don't even show my face on Instagram whatsoever. I don't show my face, man. I don't take pictures and stuff like that, you know. I mean, if you Google selfie-itis, you'll see it, bro. But let me go to one more thing. And this is heavy that we have to understand. This is why I keep books on me. I keep a full clip of books, you know. But let's get into it.
The TikTok thing was a big deal because it was a social media platform we didn't create. So it's like, oh shit, we don't want some other country's tech influencing us. In China, the way that the algorithm works, it doesn't reward people doing stupid dances and like playing with their dog. The algorithm is rewarding things that they want to see their youth do, doing cool engineering, people doing cool stuff.
So, as you see, like, and this is true because you don't really see a lot of Asian kids be dancing on social media like that. You don't really see it that often. Sure, you see the ones doing skits here who are in the West, but you don't see it that much back east. They're actually putting their brain to the they're basically pushing the limits of their brain. You know what I mean?
If you're China and you wanted to disrupt another country, wouldn't you reward the dumbest possible shit on that app? Twerking, people doing stupid dances. You want the next level of youth to go, I can be famous doing something that's truly worthless to society, not beneficial to society, like being an engineer, being a doctor. But this is how you.
And so that's true because, like, when you look at all these apps, for example, when you look at Bigo, that app, like that app rewards you monetarily for basically just doing nothing, for basically you just collecting things from your followers, not really doing anything, not really showing anything that can benefit like people. Basically, that's what it is. And that app again came from China. You know what I mean?
Get to manipulate your society into doing something good, and how you fuck over your competition into doing worth. It's genius.
Is that why Trump wanted to get rid of TikTok?
Yeah, probably.
You're doing
That's
the
a
same
different
shit.
level of warfare.
But this is how you fight wars. Now that we have enough military weapons so everybody can kill each other, we need to find other ways to fight war. The TikTok thing was a big deal because
So, you know, with that being said, and that's the thing, these modern females don't realize it, that they have like inadvertently, I think in some parts intentionally started like a gender war in which that they feel their validation and their looks outweighs having to be morally upright and actually having to stand for something and actually having good ethics, you know? Because I mean, what does the average Instagram model want? She just wants a bag. That's it. But the thing is that's not gonna last. And the looks aren't gonna last either. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for this one. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. And I'll be back with another one soon. Fuller signing out. Unjarama.